Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Engineers Academy. So guys, today's my video is completely dedicated towards my country and my people. By considering the present scenario of this COVID-19, it is widely spread in the different countries. The mortality rate is increasing day by day, and the majority of the countries like US, Spain, Italy, Australia. So these are the countries which are severely affected due to this pandemic disease. But the exact opposite situation is there in China. In China, they have got control over this coronavirus disease, and the lockdown was there. And now this lockdown is removed in China. The wet market that is there in Wuhan, from where this coronavirus originates, this wet market literally reopens, for selling. So I don't know what to say on this, but this literally happens in China. All of the smaller business are they starts working in China, and by considering all of these factors, there are a lot of theories, a lot of conspiracies which are coming up. This China has did a master stroke all over the world. The China has attacked all over the world with their biological weapon in the name of coronavirus, COVID-19. And this present scenario is strengthening the Chinese economy. If you look at the share market and the figures over there, this completely in the favor of China. This is there completely in the favor of China. So there are a lot of theories, a lot of conspiracies which are coming out that China has attacked to the rest of the world with their biological weapon in the name of coronavirus. China wants to be, the biggest country all over the world, and China wants to build the greatest economy all over the world. So this present scenario becomes a business for China. So let's learn something about China. So as we all know this, China is a totally isolated country. The people in the China, these are very smart, and these are, very much loyal and completely dedicated towards their country. Rest of the world is using the Google as a search engine. Chinese people and China, they are using Baidu as a search engine. The rest of the world is using Facebook as social platforms. In China, they are using renren.com. The rest of the world is using Amazon.com or it's Flipkart.com. They were using this Alibaba.com. The rest of the world is using Chrome as internet browsing tool, and in China they are using their own internet browsing tool developed by them, tested by them, and used by them only, that is UC browser. And now this UC browser is completely widespread over the different countries. The other countries are also using this browser since 2009. Also, WhatsApp cannot do any kind of business in China. China has its own WhatsApp, that is WeChat. The Twitter is replaced by Weibo.com there in China. Also YouTube, that is biggest video streaming app. There is no YouTube in China. China has its own YouTube, that is of Youku.com. So all of these major tech giants cannot do a single business in China. They cannot earn a single penny in China. China has its own developed apps. So these apps contributing the economy of the China, these apps strengthening the economy of the China. And all of these major tech giants cannot do a single business in China. They cannot even enter in China. So this is the reason China is having the strongest economy in the world. And these rest of the apps which are developed by China, the rest of the world is using that apps. China is earning in millions of revenue from these apps which we are using right now in our cell phones. Also regarding the present situation of this COVID-19, literally in last 2 months there are 2,000 to 3,000 small business which gets started in China. So these businesses includes the PPE, personal protective equipment manufacturing, PPE kits, COVID-19 kits, also mask productions, sanitizer production, soap production. So these are the small businesses which started in the last 2 months in China. China were knowing that the world needs this kind of the products to fight against COVID-19. So this is exactly what China did. China did business. Now they are not helping the different countries such as Italy and USA. They are selling this product to them. They are doing business. They are not helping at all. It means this COVID-19 it means the disaster of COVID-19 is also strengthened the economy of the China. China is doing business all over the world. So that is the complete masterstroke by China. So during this lockdown period, we actually can help our country we can actually help our country's economy. So how can we do that? First of all, there are different apps in the Android Play Store. Now this Play Store is a product of Google, and Google is associated with the US. Now if the Play Store is having different apps from the different companies, so first of all, there are majority of the Android apps that we are using, and we are contributing to China's economy, and even we don't know that we are helping them. We are helping to strengthen their economy. In the Play Store, there are different apps, different Android apps. So some of the Android apps are originated from China, and that is installed in our cell phones. The biggest cell phone manufacturers such as the Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi belongs to the Chinese manufacturers. So if we are using this cell phone right now, we are strengthening the economy of the China. We are contributing to their economy, not to our country. Over here I'm talking about just Android apps. So first of all, there are some sort of the sharing apps such as Hello app, Share It. So Share It earns around 3.7 million US dollars. Like the revenue of the Share It is quite on a higher side. Also there are some sort of the entertainment apps such as like TikTok, Kwai. So these TikTok earns around 267 million US dollars from India. It means they generate that huge amount of revenue, and we are contributing them. If we make a video on TikTok, it will directly contribute towards the Chinese economy. If we spend more time on their Chinese apps, ultimately it will boost their economy, and ultimately they will generate revenue from our usage. So these are the apps which are also gather the user data from your side, and this user data gets stored in the Chinese servers. So there is ultimately a risk is there. This particular TikTok only earns around 267 million US dollars. That is the biggest revenue, and during this lockdown period their revenue has been increased by 40%. So suppose if you're not using TikTok for a single day, this TikTok will lose around 2.5 million US dollars. So that will be the biggest hit to the Chinese market, Chinese economy. Also there are some sort of the different apps such as browsing apps like UC Browser. UC Browser earns around 571 million US dollars from India, because Indian people and their mentality is that like whatever build the app, काम तो चल रहा है ना भाई. This actually gives us the advantage of the Chinese app manufacturers. They are generating these apps. They are like because they seems that in India there is a huge market for all of the Android apps. Also there are some sort of the video streaming apps such as Bigo Live, VideoMe. So these are all the video streaming apps belongs to the Chinese market. Some sort of the utility apps such as Beauty Plus, Scanner, Cam Scanner. So these apps also belongs to the Chinese market, and if these apps are installed in your cell phone, then you're contributing to the China's economy. And also there are some sort of the gaming apps like PUBG. So this PUBG is this is the mobile game, and this is in very much trend right now. So this is also belongs to the Chinese market. Clash of Kings, Mobile Legends. So these are the Chinese games which generates the revenue from the usage in the rest of the world, in India as well. Ultimately, if you're spending time on these apps, you are spending time by playing these games, ultimately you are allowing them to generate the revenue. Also there are some sort of the e-commerce apps such as the Club Factory belongs to China, Alibaba belongs to China, Shein, it also belongs to the Chinese market. So these are all the apps which belongs to the China, and China is doing business in the majority of the world by giving them this free apps. They are generating revenue in 2.5 billion US dollars. What if we stop using all of these Chinese apps? There will be a big hit to the economy of the China. Also these Chinese people are so smart that they know in some poor countries they don't having high-end smartphones. So this is the reason they made the light versions of their respective apps such as TikTok Lite, UC Browser Mini, PUBG Lite. Now these light apps are comparatively less in size and consumes less amount of the storage data. These Chinese people are continuously emphasized to use their apps. There are some sort of the ads in the different apps which will ultimately generate the revenue through that apps, and this will increase their economy. So when I say economy in terms that their social standard increase, this will also generate the business opportunities in their country as compared to their manpower, the effective utilization of the manpower which gets occurred in the China. Also, the boosting in the economy also strengthens the international borders. The standard in each and every aspect, like it will increase over there in China. So that is the reason when I say the economy strengthening. So this is economy strengthening. It means China firmly believes to make more export and less import. So that's why the profit will be more. Around a business of 100 million US dollars, they are exporting to the all around the world, and they are importing just 5 million US dollars. So that's why the total 95% of the US dollars they are profiting each and every year. And by considering the present condition, the China is the only reason that the other people are suffering. The people in the rest of the world, they are suffering. So if you want to do something for your country, for your people, this is the chance to uninstall all the Chinese apps which are there in the Android phones, to use the respective app in the respective category which belongs to your country. You can replace TikTok with Dubsmash. So Dubsmash is the German app. You can replace UC Web with Chrome. You can replace the PUBG with some sort of the Indian games. So this will ultimately boost the Indian economy. This will ultimately hit the Chinese economy, and there will be a tremendous loss. The majority of the social influencers, majority of the YouTubers, actors, actresses, models, so they are using this TikTok for entertainment purpose. But brother, you don't know this, you are contributing to the Chinese economy by spending more amount of the time, and it will generate the more amount of the revenue to the Chinese markets. So please don't do this. That's my humble request to everyone out there. Also, there are the top YouTubers which promote these Chinese apps like UDictionary and the different Chinese apps. So this is my humble request to you, brother. If there is any marketing offer, if any of the Chinese company approaches you for the marketing, please don't do this. Our aim and our objective is to only support our country and our country's economy, because we have to strengthen our country's economy. So please contribute to our economy. Just uninstall all of these Chinese apps from your cell phones right now, and because ultimately your money, your contribution will be going to save you. The rest of the people out there like China, they always do business during this tough time, but over here your own money will be ultimately going to save you. So let's contribute to the economy of our country, because right now during this tough time your country needs you and your contribution, and every single individual counts in this contribution. So guys, I request you to please spread my message to everyone, and during this lockdown period, please stay at home and uninstall all of these Chinese apps from your cell phones. Also, please don't forget to remove your account if it is there, and all of the user data from your cell phones. So thank you so much guys for watching this video.